In line with our conference theme, our next speaker really epitomises what it means to be a healthy farmer. Ginny Stevens is from Active Farmers and really brings our theme to life. Please welcome Ginny to the stage. Ginny grew up on a farm in Tasmania and has always been passionate about agriculture and staying active. She combined these two loves when founding Active Farmers. Today, Active Farmers services over 30 small farming communities in almost every state. Now settled in Mango Pla in southern New South Wales, on her husband Andrew's family farm with two kids, Isabella and Harry, Ginny could not be happier with life in the country. Please welcome Ginny to the stage.
I'm going to use this and you'll see why later. So obviously I really love the theme for the conference, and it's because aside from my family, the things that I'm most passionate about are agriculture, health and farming communities, and therefore I'm so delighted to be here today. I'd like to talk to you about the light bulb moment behind Active Farmers' evolution, what we do today, what we're trying to achieve, and then finish with a little exercise session, don't be frightened, and just a bit of a note about the importance of health. But before I get going, I'd like to share one thing that you don't know about me, or some of you probably don't know, is I am from Tasmania originally. And I do have a scar on my neck. It's not why I'm wearing my hair out, but it's not from when my second head was removed. I actually have had a melanoma. So please, everyone, make sure you get your skin checked. Okay, so the light bulb moment. I had not long moved to the farm at Mangapla, which is just south of Wagga, for those of you who don't know. And I was going for a run, and I was reflecting about what it means to be part of a small farming community. I knew firsthand what it meant because I grew up in a small farming community in Tasmania. And I observed that to keep things going, everyone needs to do their bit. And I was sort of thinking, well, how am I going to do my bit? I wasn't really sure. And then I was reflecting about how sad I had become about the high prevalence of mental illness and suicide amongst these farming communities that I really love. And some thoughts came to mind, and number one is isolation. Human beings are a herd animal. We're not meant to be alone for long periods of time. And with improvements to technology, it has enabled farmers to do more with less labour. Great for the bottom line, but not great for the soul. It means that there's less people as part of the farming team. It means that farmers are often sitting in machinery on their own and they're actually not moving as much as they used to. There's also the fact that farms are getting bigger, which is great for economics, but it does remove families from farming communities. The second thing is that there's ever-increasing other stresses, such as the drought, such as floods, fires, commodity price risks, financial stress. And then the third thing is that there is still this underlying, oh, she'll be right sort of attitude, which possibly is still preventing people from getting help when they probably should. So then I was reflecting about the impact of being part of a team sport has had on my life. So hands up if you've been in a team sport before. Yeah, so that pretty much everyone. And so at the time when I was at school, I thought, oh, it's fun, I like it, great. But upon deeper reflection, I realised that the exercise is great for your health, for mental health, physical health, but the most powerful thing is the fact that you see your teammates regularly every single week. And therefore, you not only develop a really strong sense of connection, but you also notice their patterns. You'll notice if they don't turn up to training, you'll notice if they're not themselves. And then you're in the position to ask, is everything okay? Whereas out here in the bush, we might not see people regularly, so we actually don't know if someone is slipping away because we haven't seen them and we don't notice their patterns. So that's when the light bulb moment happened, and I thought, well, perhaps I could bring that team concept to Mangapla, and I would become a personal trainer. I'd run 2 group fitness classes a week that would be suitable for everybody, farmers, community members. It would get people off the farm, out of the house, get them moving, no alcohol, have lots of laughs, catch up with our community regularly, go home and reap the benefits both physically and mentally. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be standing here with you sharing this story. So fast forward 18 months since I started Active Farmers at Mangapla, which was how I would do my bit for my community, I found myself in the position where I had to make a choice, and that was stay at Rabobank in Wagga as a bank manager, or leave my job to partner with Delta Ag and roll out Active Farmers to other communities. And I thought, well, you only live once, so I'd really like to give it a shot. One hiccup was that 2 weeks later, after I resigned, I found I was having twins. So that was a bit of an issue, but Delta Ag were really supportive and we decided to push on, and I've never looked back. And so today, our vision remains the same, and that is to build stronger and more resilient farming communities. We operate in just over 35 small farming communities in almost every state, and we're growing very, very rapidly. The reason that we're able to do this is because we have a growing team of 27 personal trainers who are just as passionate about their farming communities as I am. Now, there's some on there who are taking a break because they've had a baby or for various reasons, but most of them are active, pardon the pun. And so in addition to that, we've also evolved to run workshops. We do health-related workshops such as mindfulness, nutrition, mental health, first aid with RAMP, who are here today. We also have run a ball. We've run Active Farmers Games, which was like Tough Mudder, but with a rural spin. So just imagine adults crawling through mud and climbing over hay walls and that sort of thing. We're just about to do our first fundraising bike ride in September, Forbes to Mangapla in 3 days, if anyone's keen. And we're also running our first Active Farmers Summit, where we're bringing all those trainers into Wagga, and I'm very thankful that New South Wales farmers at a local level are supporting that conference. So where to from now? We just want to continue to evolve and grow and offer this service to as many farming communities as we possibly can, so that we can really make a difference to as many communities' health as possible. And I'd just like to share with you some results from our annual survey, which was actually quite surprising to me, that half the participants said the number one reason they like Active Farmers is because of the social interaction and the fact that it brings people together, reiterating my comment earlier about humans being a herd animal. We need to make sure that in the small farming communities we have opportunities to catch up regularly. Now, just before I do some exercises for you, I just wanted to touch on the importance of physical and mental health and resilience for the agricultural industry and the sustainability. I mean, to reach a $100 billion industry by 2030, we need to make sure that our farmers and farming communities are physically fit, mentally strong and resilient. And the mindset in the self-care headspace needs to change. It doesn't need to remain as, oh, I'm taking time off to go to my exercise class. It should be, no, I'm going to my exercise class because I'm investing in my business. It's included in my business hours because I know if I do that, I'm going to be in a better headspace to make good decisions when it's tough. I'm going to be more resilient, and I'm going to better able to cope with stress that modern day farming brings today. So that mindset really needs to shift. It is an investment in a business. It's not taking time off just to fluff around. And that's a big shift, I understand, that we need to make. And it doesn't matter what age you are. Keeping on moving, seeing your community really does help for your resilience and the community's resilience and the overall agricultural sustainability. Okay, so because I'm having another child, I've had to unfortunately modify your exercise regime now. So we will no longer be doing burpees and things like that. So you can stand up, please. We're just going to do a little bit of stretching just to wake you up after lunch. So both hands just stretching up towards the sky. And as you do that, I would like you to think about what can you do to improve your health. Now stretching, go the same way as your neighbour. Stretching over. What can you do to improve your health? Stretching up again. Nice deep breaths. Aside from getting a skin check and keeping on moving, what else can you do? Looks a bit like that. And then we're just going to go one arm, stretching over. And the second thing I'd like you to think about is your community. Who are the people in it? And how can you better look out for each other and make sure that no one is going to slip away? And then we're just going to stretch both arms forward. Nice deep breath, and then stretching our neck over to one side. It's nice, isn't it? And over to the other side. One more time. Over to the other side. And so in closing, to achieve healthy farms, healthy businesses and healthy farmers, I cannot stress how important physical health, mental strength and community resilience is going to be. Thank you for having me. I'm here till 3, so please come and say hi.